Hey there guys, I've got another video for the Rain Escape community that I think will be enjoyed by new players and even experienced players alike. I'm going to go over everything you need for Rain Escape, survival, and grinding the game. Let's not waste time and get into it. To start off, Rain Escape itself gives new players a small tutorial when they first join, which usually seems to be ignored, so let's go over that together and help players understand it better. Welcome to Rain Escape. This is a round-based game inspired by one of the best games in the world, Rain World. Rounds last from 3 to 5 minutes, and outside of rounds, players spend time in the lobby. At the top is a circular timer, showing the current state of the game. At the bottom of the screen, there are 3 buttons: Other, Trade, and Shop. In Other, you'll find various settings and actions, reports, promo codes, daily rewards, etc. Trade is used for exchanging items between players. Stock shows your inventory. Your inventory consists of several tabs: cats, predators, shelters, spears, and pearl cells. You can choose a cat and spear skin at any time in the lobby, but you can only choose a predator if you've been selected as one at the beginning of the round. There are only a few different cats and predators, and their skins are marked with a letter in the top right corner of the icon. Playing as a cat, you must eat well and sleep in a shelter. The control hint is located on the right, if you're using a keyboard. In any case, you must first find food and pick it up, then hold the button to eat it. Your leading hand is the right one. You can also pick up spears and throw them at the predator to resist. When you're full, you'll need to find a shelter and sleep, and it will be highlighted on the screen. You can be rewarded pearls based on your gameplay. Playing as a predator, the predator must eat as many cats as possible and fall into a sleep state. The predator can also sleep regardless of the number of eaten cats. Both cats and predators can use warp pipes to move around the map. They glow white. Pipes that don't glow white are meant for predators. In the lobby, there's a shop where you can buy new items for your inventory. Pearl cells are for trading pearls between players. That's the tutorial visualized and the bare basics of the game, but I want to go into much more detail and really tell you everything you need to survive. If you want to learn more about this game, then stick around and get ready, because Professor Scrappy is here to teach. Starting off with the basics for our new players, let's cover the 2 maps we'll be playing on along with the lobby. The lobby is basic. There's a main platform where the players usually gather, and just below you'll find a big room with the shop as shown earlier. The rest of the lobby is mostly just player spawn boxes. But if you're curious and climb up the pole to the highest level, you'll find a memorial for a past beloved moderator for the game and community named Nimbus, who passed away in April of 2024. I didn't know them personally, but it's heartwarming to me that the devs and friends put the memorial in the game so that they will be remembered. That's about all there is to see for the lobby, so next we will cover the 2 maps this game has to offer. There are 2 different maps, so let's cover the first map, Industrial Complex. The Industrial Complex is a mostly vertical map, made of 3 different layers of the map. Slug cats like Artificer and Wanderer will excel on this map. Rivulet and Saint will do as good as well for surviving. The slug cats will spawn either at the far west of the first floor, or the very top of the 3rd floor. Knowing how to traverse the map's verticality will aid in your survival, and it's good to make a mental note of the 2 poles on the west side of the map, as well as the vent in the lizard pit at the eastern side. As a predator, the best pick on this map is the default blue lizard. The blue lizard is more agile and easier to control, as well as having the best special ability in its tongue, which is the G key on PC. Utilize the predator wall climb spots to get to the higher ground fast and catch slug cats off guard. The map's unique predator is the green lizard, which has no vertical movement such as wall climbs and jumps. However, it has plenty of health and a big bite hitbox which makes killing easier. The second map is the Memory Crypts, a very dark and open map. Memory Crypts can either be a maze to players who don't know the map layout well, or can be a walk in the park if you know where you are. Slug cats will spawn on the west and east sides of the map on high ledges. Jumping down, there are many small spaces and tunnels for the slug cats to crawl and hide in to avoid the open area, which are good to utilize and stay around to avoid danger. Most of these spaces have food to eat as well, which is a nice bonus. Cats like Rivulet and Wanderer are able to move very fast and clear the open space as well, making them great picks for survival. As for the predators, all 3 picks aren't bad choices, but the blue lizard in my opinion reigns supreme. It's able to keep up with most slug cats and crawl into some of the hiding tunnels. For the smaller tunnels, the tongue ability is very helpful for pulling cats and hiding out from the tunnels. The Mirrorspurd is the map's unique predator, and is very powerful. It's the fastest creature in the game, but also the biggest. If you can use it well, you'll be able to kill any cats in the open with ease, but be careful as you have the lowest amount of HP with 2, same as the Centipede. Now that you know some basics about the maps, and what I think of as the meta cats and preds to play on them, it's best to cover all the options that you can find in the shop and what to spend your pearls on. We can do this in a tier list format, in which I will talk about each creature as I rank them based on my own opinion and experience, along with how viable they are in game. First, let's talk about Survivor. Survivor is the default slug cat and has nothing going on for it. They have a base speed of 1 and 7 food pips with no ability. Nothing to say about it, it's a C tier pick. Next, we have Monk. Monk costs 60 pearls in the shop and is just a worse survivor. They have a base speed of 1 and 5 food pips with no ability. The only thing that is good for Monk is if you're bad at finding food, but less food means you earn less pearls to unlock better cats. Monk is D tier, save your pearls and skip Monk, trust me. Up next we have the Hunter. Hunter costs 140 pearls in the shop and is a better survivor with a good ability. They have a base speed of 1.1, which is a slightly faster movement speed compared to other slug cats, as well as 9 food pips and the ability to store a spear on their back. This allows Hunter to run away from most predators and not get outsped, even fight back if needed with the spear they can carry. To help with its high food requirement, Hunter is carnivorous and able to eat predator bodies for even more food. Hunter is great for its price, but not the best out there. It's B tier. Up next, we have Gourmand. Gourmand costs 240 pearls in the shop and has a lot of unique traits. They have a base speed of 1 and a whopping 11 food pips. However, Gourmand's offensive capabilities are where it shines. Gourmand deals a massive 3 hit points of damage with a single spear strike, able to one-shot all predators aside from Green Lizard. Along with that, they have a body slam ability which will deal 2 hit points of damage when you land on the back of a predator after dropping down from a height. The big downside apart from the food count is Gourmand's fatigue. After either throwing a spear or jumping too many times, Gourmand becomes fatigued. Gourmand will move at a base speed of 0.4 and becomes an easy target, as well as its spear throw damage decreasing from 3 down to a measly 0.25. You have to be very cautious of fatigue, or else you will struggle as Gourmand, making it a C tier pick. Up next, we have the Saint. Saint costs 200 pearls in the shop and is kind of a weird pick compared to other slug cats. They have a base speed of 1 and 7 food pips. The problem with Saint is Saint's ability, the grapple tongue. Saint's tongue is practically useless and only helpful for reaching on the ceilings in Industrial Complex, where the food is higher up. Saint can only grapple to roofs above its head, and can barely swing around while doing so. It's much better to save up for a better cat with a better jump ability rather than Saint. It's a D tier slug cat and almost never worth playing as. Up next, we have Artificer. Artificer costs 300 pearls in the shop and is one of the strongest cats in the game. They have a base speed of 1 and 7 food pips, along with a double jump ability. Artificer's double jump is extremely useful and can be used somewhat repetitively, which makes it great for getting to high ground fast and escaping from predators. The only downside is using the ability too often will result in overheat and will kill Artificer. You can only use the double jump twice in succession or around once every 2 seconds safely. This is also very useful in pearl hunting, which will be talked about later. Another downside as of making this video is a bug involving Artie's double jump happening every jump instantly, but I'm sure this will be patched soon. Very soon. Devs, get on it already. An extra small detail that makes Artie great is the ability to pull used spears out of walls, which is handy. Anyways, Artificer is A tier by far. Next up, we have Rivulet. Rivulet costs 300 pearls in the shop and is the fastest cat in the game. Alongside being the fastest cat while running with a base speed of 1.2, they also have a higher jump height. The downside to Rivulet for their movement is having only 6 food pips, which isn't bad, but still means you'll earn slightly less pearls per round. Rivulet is a great pick, but I would still say Hunter is better with his slight movement speed buff and the spear perk, especially for his price. Rivulet is still a B tier pick and is very reliable nonetheless. Next up, we have the Spearmaster. Spearmaster costs 300 pearls in the shop and is, in my opinion, the hardest cat to play. Spearmaster has a base speed of 1 and a whopping 10 food pips, with a unique ability and way to collect food. Spearmaster's ability is creating spears and dual-wielding them at any time by holding the grab button to create needles. Spearmaster's needles deal half damage compared to normal spears, but can create infinite amounts of them. Spearmaster cannot eat normal food, and collects food by stabbing dead or alive predators with its spears. Spearmaster is amazing for Grey Pearl farming, but requires a lot of practice in aiming and throwing spears to be good, making it very hard for beginners. Spearmaster is a B tier pick, but if you're really experienced with Spearmaster, it's S tier by far. Next up, we have the Wanderer. Wanderer costs 300 pearls in the shop and is the best slug cat in the game in my opinion for surviving. Wanderer has a base speed of 1 and 7 food pips, but with one amazing ability. Wanderer has a double jump that can dive vertically or horizontally in a long distance. This makes Wanderer ideal for escaping predators or climbing high places with ease and makes both maps a cakewalk. The downside is a long recharge time for the double jump, as you can only have 2 jumps ready to use at a time before waiting for a cooldown. Wanderer is A tier, 100%. Finally, for the cats, we have Inv. Inv is actually an event slug cat and is available right now for April Fools. You can obtain Inv by typing in the promo code Saphanthiel in the game's other tab. However, this code is on for a limited time, so get it while you can. Inv has a base speed of 1 and a total of 9 food pips with no special abilities. Inv is just a collectible. Play a cat like Hunter if you want more food pips than a basic cat, making it D tier. Next up, we have all the predators, starting with the Blue Lizard. The Blue Lizard is the default predator and is the best predator in the game in my opinion, as I explained in the last chapter. It's agile and outspeeds most slug cats at a base speed of 1.15, which is just enough to outspeed Hunter. It has a strong ability in the tongue pull, and its bite is great as you can move and bite at the same time. Having more health than most other creatures at 3 HP makes them even better too. Blue Lizard can jump and climb walls as well, making them great for verticality. Blue Lizard is the A-tier predator. Next up, we have the Green Lizard. The Green Lizard costs 120 pearls in the shop and is the unique predator for the industrial complex. Green Lizard has a total of 5 HP and a base speed of 1.15, along with a much bigger bite, but it is unable to jump or climb walls. This is very bad, as the map it's featured on is very vertical. There's practically no reason to pick it over Blue Lizard. It goes in C tier for the predators. Up next, we have the Centipede. The Centipede costs 150 pearls in the shop and might be the worst predator in the game. I've seen some good Centipede players, but it usually never works for most players. Centipede has a base speed of 1.15, same as the Blue and Green Lizards. Its main flaw is having to stay still to shock and kill slugcats, and its ability just seems to never work. Centipede's ability is stunning and practically freezing slugcats in place, but by the time you're close enough to use the stun, you might as well just go for the kill and try to shock. Centipedes can barely jump, but can climb walls like the Blue Lizards. Though if part of your body slips off a ledge, then you'll completely fall with it. The main upside to Centipede is being really hard and annoying to hit if you zigzag towards slugcats that intend to fight you. Centipedes have 2 HP, making them vulnerable and 1 hit to Gourmand's Body Slam. I know the Centipede players will be coming after me for this slander, but trust me and save your pearls. D tier. Last but not least, we have the Miros Bird. The Miros Bird costs 250 pearls in the shop and is the unique predator for the memory crypts. The Miros Bird is great for the map it's featured on, as it is super fast with a base speed of 1.16 and able to get around quickly. The Miros Bird is big and has 2 HP, but can take down slugcats in the open with ease. The Miros Bird can jump and be hard to hit with zigzagging and jumping movements, and can even climb poles, which might be a bug. The Miros Bird is considered the most annoying predator to play against, but the annoying picks are usually the good ones. As long as you don't mind being hated by everyone, play the Miros Bird. It's a B tier pick. This is the final list for all the different creatures you can play as. Now that you know what cat to play as and some info about the maps, time to figure out how to actually survive on the maps. As you would think, it's your job as a slugcat to escape, hence the title, Rain Escape. But surely you knew that! On the first map, Industrial Complex, there are 4 different places to find blue fruits on the first floor. I will show you on the screen now. Blue fruit is the basic food of Rain Escape, and is found on both maps. It can spawn on floor 2 in these spots along the ledge. There are also a few places where you can find poppycorn plants, which can be popped open for a total of 10 food pips by hitting it with a spear, which will be shown as well. For the 2 shelters in this map, one can be found in the southeast corner of the second floor, and the second one is on the lower third floor, straight ahead from the pipe. The Predator's Den is found in the lizard pit on the first floor, below the slugcat shelter. Now for memory crypts. On memory crypts, there are many places to find blue fruit in the tunnels and slime mold growing on the walls outside. I'll quickly show on my map and in game where you can find each blue fruit and slime mold spawn. There are 2 poppycorn spawns on memory crypts that spawn on the southern ends of the map in these spots. As for the shelters, the first shelter is found in a small room on the west side of the map just north of the poppycorn spawner, and the second shelter is at the end of the tunnels in the food room to the east of the map. The Predator Den is near the middle of the map in the open area near the eastern tunnels. Remember to be quick when you hunt your food, as there is a timer every round. You have to escape the rain after all. Now you know where to go and how to survive. The next step to up your game is combat. There are many spawn points for spears, which can be used to battle against the predators. Spears are easy enough to use, but aiming is the hard part. First thing to know is that on PC, pressing the shift key will swap between your normal cursor and an aiming mode. When you're in aim mode, your slugcat will look in the direction you move your crosshair, aka the dot that's now on your screen. When you grab a throwable item, you will notice a dotted circle. That circle is where the thrown item will go. Be sure to use aim mode when it comes to throwing spears and items. Spears can spawn on each floor of the industrial complex in these areas shown on the screen and the map. And for memory crypts, spears can usually spawn just outside the slugcat spawn points. If you don't happen to get one at your spawn, the east side of the map usually has plenty of spears. Otherwise, here are some other spawn points. Memory Crypts also has a unique weapon to help you combat the Mirror Birds in the form of the Flare Bomb. The Flare Bombs behave as flashbangs to the Mirror Birds, temporarily blinding them and helping you get away from them. Many players don't utilize these while they face the Mirror Bird, including myself, so be sure to grab one and give it a try. It can also make Mirror Birds easy to kill if they aren't careful. Rocks can also spawn at all the spear spawn points, but they're hardly ever useful, so I wouldn't bother with them. The best cats to play as for hunting predators are Hunter for its back spear ability, Gourmand for its high damage and body slam, Artificer for its ability to pull used spears from walls, and Spearmaster by far for its infinite spears and the ability to chain stun lock predators if you're good enough with the timing. Last but not least, we will cover pearls and how to collect and farm them. Grey pearls are your base currency, used to buy everything in the shop and usually the preferred currency to trade to other players. Grey pearls can be collected in 6 different ways. 1. Collecting your daily login rewards. Most rewards are stacks of pearls that go to your stock and can be opened for more pearls. 2. Eating food. Eating any food and filling your food pips will grant you more pearls at the end of the round. 3. Damaging predators. Hitting a pred with a spear or landing a Gourmand body slam will grant bonus pearls at the end of the round. 4. Killing predators. Landing the finishing blow to a pred will give you many pearls at the end of the round. 5. Killing slugcats as a predator. The only way to gain pearls as a predator is to successfully kill slugcats. The more kills you get, the more pearls you gain. 6. Finding grey pearls on the map. You can collect grey pearls in certain spawn locations, carry them to a shelter and hibernate with them, and you'll be rewarded 10 grey pearls per pearl item. Note that if you die rather than escape, your pearls you gain are deducted by 50%. Earning colored pearls is different from grey pearls. The only way to find colored pearls is through finding them on the map, similar to the 6th way of finding grey pearls. Green and purple pearls will spawn rarely in the same places you find grey pearls, which I will showcase on screen and on the map here. There are optimal routes to use for pearl farming, and I will share my personal farm routes for colored pearls. Memory Crypts is the better map for farming as Wanderer, but Industrial can work too as Artificer, but is a bit harder. Hibernating with these pearls will give you 1 to your count instead of 10. They can be used to buy unique mask skins for your slugcats at the shop, and sometimes traded away to collectors for grey pearls. Final notes. It's very, very useful to join the official Rain Escape Discord server. You can find many players there, trade items and auction them to players for pearls, make friends, and ask questions about the game. Not only that, but you can see how many servers and players are online, as well as your own in-game stats. Be sure to join the Rain Escape Discord server. And also my own. I have a server too and it's just as cool. This covers everything you should need to know about Rain Escape. Now, it's up to you from this point to find out the rest and survive. Good luck, friends, and escape the rain. If you have any questions about things I did not cover in the guide, feel free to leave a comment or join my Discord server to ask around. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you around soon. Bye!